काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का, टाटा कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
The new Nexon EV Max moves you to the max.
A big hello and a warm welcome to National Final.
They are good quizzers, they don't necessarily need options.
Absolutely confident answer. He's back to the lead.
काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का, टाटा कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
The new Nexon EV Max moves you to the max.
A big hello and a warm welcome to National Final.
They are good quizzers, they don't necessarily need options.
Absolutely confident answer. He's back to the lead.
काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का, टाटा कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
The new Nexon EV Max moves you to the max.
A big hello and a warm welcome to National Final.
They are good quizzers, they don't necessarily need options.
Absolutely confident answer. He's back to the lead.
काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का। टाटा कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
The new Nexon EV Max moves you to the max.
A big hello and a warm welcome to National Final.
They are good quizzers. They don't necessarily need options.
Absolutely confident answer. He's back to the lead.
काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का। टाटा कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
The new Nexon EV Max moves you to the max.
A big hello and a warm welcome to National Final.
They are good quizzers. They don't necessarily need options.
Absolutely confident answer. He's back to the lead.
काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का। टाटा कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
The new Nexon EV Max moves you to the max.
A big hello and a warm welcome to National Final.
They are good quizzers. They don't necessarily need options.
Absolutely confident answer. He's back to the lead.
काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का। टाटा कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
The new Nexon EV Max moves you to the max.
A big hello and a warm welcome to National Final.
They are good quizzers. They don't necessarily need options.
Absolutely confident answer. He's back to the lead.
काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का। टाटा कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
The new Nexon EV Max moves you to the max.
A big hello and a warm welcome to National Final.
They are good quizzers. They don't necessarily need options.
Absolutely confident answer. He's back to the lead.
काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का। टाटा कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
The new Nexon EV Max moves you to the max.
A big hello and a warm welcome to National Final.
They are good quizzers. They don't necessarily need options.
Absolutely confident answer. He's back to the lead.
काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का, टाटा कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
The new Nexon EV Max moves you to the max.
A big hello and a warm welcome to National Final.
They are good quizzers. They don't necessarily need options.
Absolutely confident answer. He's back to the lead.
काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का, टाटा कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
The new Nexon EV Max moves you to the max.
A big hello and a warm welcome to National Final.
They are good quizzers. They don't necessarily need options.
Absolutely confident answer. He's back to the lead.
काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का, टाटा कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
Friends, put your hands together to welcome on stage Quizmaster Big Brain.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and a warm welcome to the big final. If any of you want to move a little forward, you can do that. There are a couple of chairs in the front rows. There's only one caveat to that. You won't get prizes if you're seated in the VIP rows. So, no, I'm kidding. You can move front. No problems on that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one sincere request. Well, we all know how to handle these days, but since we are shooting on times now, very sincere request to all of you to please have your phones on silent or on vibrator mode. Silent is preferred. You don't have to put it on an aeroplane or anything, but silent will definitely help us during the course of the shoot. All right. Times, if you are ready. All right. A big hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you. You're with me, Big Brain, here today at the corporate edition of Tata Crucible 2022-23. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after the last couple of years where we've gone digital and this quiz has grown in proportions that were unimaginable prior to the pandemic, we're back at where this quiz normally belongs, at the Taj. We have 6 wonderful contestants who've made it to the big final. As we welcome you on times now to witness this final, and thank you for being part of this journey over the last couple of years through the digital era of this quiz, which might continue in probably what would be a blended form. But before I get started and introduce our finalists to you, I would be failing in my duty if I did not extend a word of our gratitude as a quizzer more than the anchor of this quiz to the Tatas for standing by a quiz property like this. Let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, life was difficult for all of us. The easiest and perhaps most logical decision would have been to say, we'll wait for things to be normal and then get back to this quiz. No one would have grudged that. But the Tatas looked at it differently and said, how can we bring in the digital era and keep the quiz going? Well, the word going was the only mistake. It became growing. We grew from 2 million viewers to 16 million plus viewers. You heard that right. It's been more than stupendous. I would honestly believe it's been humbling. It's truly humbling to see India embrace a knowledge property like this and celebrate knowledge, not just through the pandemic, but through the entire seasons that we've done post that, and we're truly delighted to be back on ground here. It's also wonderful to see a huge following for Tata Crucible now among school children. And this is a huge shout out to all you school kids who've been following Tata Crucible and been texting or leaving messages for Rashmi and me online saying, please ask school-friendly questions. And we managed to do that in the audience questions that we've been asking you, so you're able to crack a few of them. But that's really wonderful. It's really nice to see young school children following a Tata Crucible. But ladies and gentlemen, it just does not get bigger than this. The national final of Tata Crucible for corporates. The best have battled, the best 6 have prevailed. Let's meet the 6 of them before we move into this big battle where one of them will be crowned the champion of this corporate edition. We will have a new champion. The reigning champion lost out in his cluster round. So among the 6 here today, we will have someone who will wear the crown as a new champion this year. But what is important for us is to take a look at who these 6 contenders are. On my right, qualifying as our first national finalist from the semi-finals that you witnessed a couple of weeks ago, in our final here today, representing Tata Consumer Products from Bangalore as the champion, ladies and gentlemen, Tanmay Prishti. Let's welcome him. Neighboring Tanmay as our second contender here today, and permit me to state this again as I did during the semi-finals. He's currently the reigning campus champion of Tata Crucible. He holds that title till the next campus edition would happen. In between, he's become a corporate. It's his first corporate assignment. He might get an out-of-turn promotion if he wins Tata Crucible, but we'll leave that aside. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Barclays from Chennai, Preetham Upadhyay. On his left, we have someone who's gone through the campus and the corporate terrain. From the academic fraternity, here today with us as our third finalist representing the EduTech space from Avid Learning Mumbai, Shantanu. Please welcome our third finalist. On my near left, qualifying as our next finalist, the ever consistent, if I may add that adage to his name. He's been in many finals. He's had his own moments, good and bad, at a Tata Crucible. But he's back in this final here today, representing Sai Mitra Constructions from Hyderabad, Naveen Kumar. Welcome to you. On his left, representing the public sector of our country here today, with some outstanding performances at his cluster round in the semi-final to follow that, from NTPC Delhi, please welcome Anshuman. Welcome to you. And completing our lineup here today from Pune, a city that always does well at a Tata Crucible, this time representing Fujitsu, Rajashri. Welcome to you. That then, ladies and gentlemen, our lineup for the big final of Tata Crucible. 30 questions separate these 6 contenders from the national crown. 100 the value of an answer, 2 attempts allowed on every question. All questions on the buzzer. We're going to get started straight away. And remember, if there is a narrative to the question, and if you press the buzzer, you are indicating you know the answer, so we will stop reading the question when you press the buzzer. If you are ready, ladies and gentlemen, can we have a round of applause for the top 6 of this nation as they battle at what is arguably the toughest of business quizzes one gets to play, aptly named the Crucible. Let's see who will last that fire this year. As we move to the first frontier of our game here today, time for our contestants to step up. Here it is. 100 the value, questions on your screen, 2 attempts allowed. If you are ready, audience, I've got one sincere request for all of you. If you are trying to answer, please wait for the second attempt to be completed. I can do nothing to change the questions real time. So please bear with them and me, and don't blurt out the answers from there. I'll come to you if you know the answers. On that note, question 1, the national final, on your screen now. This is being remodeled. He's gone for it even without allowing me to speak more than the first couple of words. Go ahead, Rachi. Into your mic.
Yeah. I'll say this is the original Lambretta 150, which is making a comeback.
Comeback in what form?
So this was launched in India, and it was launched through, I think, Piaggio, and they are making a comeback. They're trying to relaunch it in India.
As what?
As the same brand, Innocenti Lambretta, which was the original brand.
It's a typical quizzer, say the same thing in different words. Well, plus 100. Put your hands together for him. Lambretta is what I was looking for. It's inspired by the original mod. If people remember the mod from the era of the Lambrettas, this is Lambretta, which is going to be remodeled in exactly same designs, of course, with better, perhaps, exteriors as an e-bike. So they're entering the electric vehicle category. For us, of course, it's Tata Nexon, which has been our partner at a Tata Crucible. Well, I do speak endlessly about the Tata Nexon because I genuinely drive one. It's not an advocacy that I do without being a user of one. It's truly sublime, and it is something you can do in your own small way to contribute to a better environment. Go electric. As we go to the next one, 100 on the first shot, clever risk to take. On to the next one on your screens now. The Accenture song helped create something in 2022. It was the first version of a particular nation, essentially bringing in the metaverse. They brought in the Accenture song, the Monkeys and the Collider, to co-create the metaverse presence of a nation. Which nation? Someone's gone for it. On my right, Preetham's giving it a shot. Go ahead, Preetham.
I'll say this is Tuvalu. Tuvalu. Because the flag is there and they're responsible for they're sinking because of global warming, so they do all of these initiatives where they create virtual environments because the country will be no more, right?
The country will be?
No more because of global warming. So they create virtual presences of the country so that people still know that there exists a country called Tuvalu.
Oh, this country which has come forward and said we will be no more. It's not only humans who are going to be no more, nations will be no more. So they're leaving their imprint on the metaverse, saying we need to go digital to just keep our identity alive even if we are not alive. Brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant answer. First ever digital nation in this world. Chilling as it sounds, ladies and gentlemen, it is time we start taking the only planet where man exists a lot more seriously. That's a huge appeal from Tata Crucible here. We've always brought in things that are relevant to the world and the future. But a phenomenal answer to the young challenger here, Preetham, getting his 100. As we go to the next one, on your screens, the third question in this big final, coming up now. It's a brand name and identity which was coined by a person who came up with the concept of the Coordic Age organizations. The person is D. Hawk. D. Hawk gave the world. He's gone for it, is Naveen.
I'm guessing Visa. D. Hawk is the founder of Visa, so this is Visa.
The whole concept of Visa came from the man who gave the world the Coordic Age organization logic. Well, the reason it appears at a Crucible is he passed away recently. 100 on my left. That's a tough one. It may have been tougher if I had not invoked D. Hawk into that question. Nods his head is Naveen Kumar. 3 questions done. As we go to the next one, hands on the buzzer. Question on your screen now. HTTP 451 is a typical error. You've stopped me.
I'll say this is a reference to Fahrenheit 451, Ray Bradbury's novel, where in that dystopian universe, books are banned, right? So they're burnt. So 451 is a reference to that universe.
Say that again.
So in Ray Bradbury's novel Fahrenheit 451, books are banned and they're burnt. So so in our current world, as a reference, as a tribute to that, any material which is unavailable for legal reasons is tagged with HTTP 451.
Ladies and gentlemen, the young contender is serious. Put your hands together. Oh, what a cracker of an answer. Absolute cracker of an answer. The number 451 in the HTTP error denotes, it's a reference actually to Ray Bradbury's 1953 novel. He's absolutely right on that. Fahrenheit 451, where books are outlawed. And therefore, for legal reasons, when a site is blocked, you would have the reason as 451. That's perhaps worth more than 100 in the quality of the answer, but that's the maximum we can offer. As we go to the next one, hands on the buzzer, on your screen now. This is the Bay of Biscay. They are famous for a single product that happens to be the most expensive in the world. It's a period of about 15, 18 days that they get to sell this. It ranges from anywhere between, in Indian rupees, 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh per kilogram. What product is this from the Bay of Biscay? La Bonnet. Even if you know that language, the answer is not there. We've checked that with someone who does know the language. And people flock there just to experience this product. Nobody on the buzzer. Tough question in the national final. Anybody with their hands up? Yes, from Cars 24, Anubhav, go ahead. Octopus or oysters? In the national final that you got here, you would have got a minus 100. Well,
Something
yes.
Black currant.
Expensive? Potatoes. From a small bay in this world, put your hands together. Well, that's a really, really crafty answer. It's, of course, somewhere northwest of France that you will find this place. The world's most expensive potatoes comes from the Bay of Biscay. Well, phenomenal answers and, well, tough final here. Nobody getting that one right. As we go to the final one, wait for me to ask you the question. Here's the question on your screen. This is the currency of Botswana. Quizzers are like school kids. They don't listen to teachers' instructions. Go ahead.
Sorry, there's a rush of blood. I'll say the currency in Botswana, rain is very valued. So pula means rain. So rain is valued because they depend on agriculture. So
why is rain valuable in Botswana?
because of agriculture fueling the economy. So they worship. It's like, you know, rain is very important. So the currency is pula in the local language means rainfall.
Ladies and gentlemen, fantastic. Put your hands together. Oh, what an answer. That's like pulling a genie out of a bag. I mean, he's just managed it somehow. The question was, why have they named their currency Pula? Pula means water. Water is of immense value in Botswana. Well, Botswana, of course, is Kalahari Desert, right? All over from, the length and breadth. And therefore, water is very valuable. And the most valuable thing is a currency, so they named it after water because they want people to understand that the currency is valuable. That deserves a better applause. Put your hands together for him. Early days and this Tata Crucible is coming alive. We'll take a look at the first scorecard in this final. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Tata Play binge board reads as follows. The young campus champion from Barclays now is on 200. With some outstanding answers from Pune. Rajashri is on 200 as well. Naveen managed the visa answer to get himself his first 100. But trust me, all of this will change and change very, very quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, time for us to move into the second frontier of this big national final. It's time for us to bring back a round that has been part of a Tata Crucible for a couple of years now in the form of a novel protest. It's a protest because we had a very good quizzer from the Tatas who started managing the brand, and we humbly refused to allow him to take part. And as a protest, he started asking the questions instead. Ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed our pleasure and privilege to present the next round to you from the corner office. And to present the round, ladies and gentlemen, no new face to a Tata Crucible. We don't know when his invoices will reach us for the amount of, hosting and research that he's done. But I must take a moment to truly appreciate the time that he takes to research the questions, even if he does not have the time to host it with us. It's truly humbling. I always make this mention, especially at a corporate edition. A lot of us hide behind this excuse that we do not have enough time to read as we grow in our corporate lives. Here is a gentleman who's an example of the contrary. If you fix your mind that you want to do something, you can find the time for it. He certainly does for the research. A prolific writer, he finds the time for some amazing books, articles. Prolific speaker now. Ladies and gentlemen, for us, he's simply a fellow quiz master. Ladies and gentlemen, the brand custodian of the Tatas, Mr. Harish Bhatt.
Thank you, Giri. Yes. A very good evening to all of you. I hope I am audible right at the back. And on behalf of the Tata Group, once again, congratulations to all our 6 finalists who are here on the dais. So proud to see all of you here. So the rules remain the same. The value of a right answer is +100. Wrong answers will fetch you a -100. And if any contestant presses the buzzer while the question is being read, then I will stop reading the question since you have indicated that you know the answer. If the first attempt contestant gets it wrong, I will continue to read the question for the others till someone else presses the buzzer or the question is complete. If on 2 tries no one gets it, then the question goes to the audience to answer. So I have no visuals for you here. The questions are going to be read out by me. So please listen very carefully to the question. Let me start with the first question. The origins of this brand date back to 1865, when it was first launched in the United Kingdom. Later, in 1895, it was marketed by the Potter Drug and Chemical Company of Boston.
I'm guessing this is a fisherman's friend.
Sorry?
Fisherman's friend.
Which one did you say?
Fisherman's friend. This is a...
Fisherman's friend.
Yeah.
And why did you say that?
From Potter Drug Company in 1865.
You thought of the date as 1865 and fishermen were popular at that time.
The brand is Fisherman's friend.
Brand was popular amongst fishermen. I'm sorry, that's -100 for you. Later in 1895, it was marketed by the Potter Drug and Chemical Company of Boston, which highlighted the product's ability to address a wide variety of skin irritations, as well as to preserve, purify, and beautify the skin. To address a wide variety of skin irritations, as well as to preserve, purify, and beautify the skin. The name of the brand reflects this ability. Interestingly, the brand is quite popular until today in some regions of India. Name the brand. Launched in 1865 in the UK, marketed in Boston in 1895, the brand name reflects this ability to address a wide variety of skin irritations, preserve, purify, and beautify the skin. Popular in India. Name the brand. Yes, Tanmay is gone for it. Yes,
I'll take
Tanmay.
a guess. Is it Clearasil?
Why did you say Clearasil?
Clear Skin Pharmacy.
No, Tanmay. That's a wrong answer. Coming from the world of FMCG, I still need to give you a -100. The question goes to the audience. Can I... No, Adrian, I will not come to you. Giri said VIP rows are not eligible initially. But I'll go to the gentleman in the back who's raising his hand. Yes, please stand up and give us the answer. Not Vaseline. I'm sorry. That's not the right answer. Not Pears. It's not the right answer either. The gentleman in the second row. Which one? It's not Vico. I think there's a contestant here wanting to give us the answer. He will not get marks, but there's a gentleman in the second row there. No, not Pons, not Nysil. I'll come to you in the end.
This is Cuticura.
Sorry?
Cuticura.
That's absolutely right. He doesn't get points now. It is cuticura. So cuticle means skin and cura means care or cure. And that's how the name cuticura originally appeared. Their first product was cuticura soap, an antibacterial medicated product. And cuticura talcum powder is still widely used in some parts of South India, particularly in my home state of Kerala. So that's the answer, cuticura. I go to the second question now. Listen to me carefully. We have had 2 -100s in the first question, so please be careful. This famous personality was born in a bungalow that faces the Beldi Lake in Jamshedpur in the year 1925. His father was then a civil engineer contractor serving the needs of Tata Steel. Later, yes, Tanmay is gone for it. Tanmay, what's your answer?
Gerald Durrell.
Why do you say that?
Because I studied in Jamshedpur. I know he was born in Jamshedpur, and I think his father was involved in the construction of the city of Jamshedpur.
Are you sure?
It's a guess, somewhat educated.
Give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. It is Gerald Durrell. So Gerald Durrell, after his father passed away, his mother and he moved back to England, and then they relocated to the Greek island of Corfu. He's the celebrated author of My Family and Other Animals and many other books, and that is his Tata connection. He was born in Jamshedpur. So Tanmay gets +100 for that. The third question. This brand was sold in Germany as Sagrotan.
This is Dettol.
Absolutely right. +100 once again. +100. It is Dettol. Germany is the only country in the world where it is sold as Sagrotan. And I would have continued to ask, it was invented in 1933 for doctors to protect mothers and babies in the days following childbirth. It brought down the incidence of perpetual sepsis by over 50%. How do we know this brand in India? Here is the fourth question. I'm going to read out to you a dramatic extract from a recent business book. But please listen to the question so that you know what the question is. One evening, Mr. X received a phone call at home. The caller announced, "I am Dadi Seth." He had never met Dadi Seth before. Yes, Tanmay is gone for it, so I will ask him.
This is Harsh Mariwala's book, Harsh Realities. Dadi Seth was trying to give an offer to buy Nihar, the brand Nihar.
Can you repeat that again?
This is from Harsh Mariwala's book, his autobiography about Marico himself, Harsh Realities. This is where Dadi Seth was trying to give Harsh Mariwala an offer to buy the brand Nihar, buy the brand Parachute.
So what's your answer? What is your answer?
The book is Harsh Realities from Harsh Mariwala.
Absolutely right, ladies and gentlemen. A big hand for Tanmay Prusti. So the question went as follows. He had never met Dadi Seth before, so he asked, startled, "How did you get my home number?" Dadi Seth brushed aside the question and made his case. Hindustan Lever was making a compelling offer. "I am giving you an opportunity to sell out." He backed up his offer with a not-so-veiled threat. If Mr. X did not sell, he would lose everything he had struggled to build. Which book are we talking about, written by X? And the answer is indeed Harsh Realities, written by Harsh Mariwala, chairman of Marico. Mr. X is none other than Harsh Mariwala himself. In this episode, Hindustan Lever attempts a hostile acquisition of Marico to get a strong foothold in the coconut oil business. K.K. Dadi Seth was then the chairman of HUL. Despite the implicit threat, Dadi Seth's offer was turned down by Harsh Mariwala. So, wonderful answer, Tanmay. Full points to you. Question number 5, ladies and gentlemen. If you were in Paris, name the odd man out. Jim Morrison, Frédéric Chopin, J.R.D. Tata, Oscar Wilde, John Cadbury. Jim Morrison, Frederick Chopin, J.R.D. Tata, Oscar Wilde, and John Cadbury. Name the odd man out. It's the national final, so the questions are going to be tough, ladies and gentlemen. If there is no one from here, I will come to the audience. But please don't put up your hands yet. I am giving the contestants another 10 seconds.
Do you want a person that...
I just need you to name the odd man out. Don't give me an answer here and there. Who is the odd man out? Jim Morrison, Frederick Chopin, J.R.D. Tata, Oscar Wilde, John Cadbury. I think our finalists are stumped. Can I move on, Giri, to the audience? So I can see the gentleman in the striped T-shirt in the 5th row. If you can give me your answer, please. You're welcome to take a guess. Who is the odd man out? Okay. And what was the reasoning you gave? His heart is buried elsewhere and he is buried elsewhere. Okay, so his heart is buried in some other place and he is buried in Paris. I'm sorry, that's a very, very good imagination, but the wrong answer. I've never come across a person whose heart is buried elsewhere in the body, but very, very good imagination. We should give him a prize for that, Giri. Yeah, the gentleman with the jacket here. Yes. Why? So you feel the rest are buried in the same French cemetery, but Cadbury is not. Big hand to him, ladies and gentlemen. That's absolutely the right answer. So Jim Morrison, Frederick Chopin, J.R.D. Tata, and Oscar Wilde are all interred in the Père Lachaise cemetery in Paris. John Cadbury is not. J.R.D. Tata's grave, interestingly, is located very close to that of Oscar Wilde. So two very different personalities, but their graves very close to each other. I come to the last question in this round. What is common? And then I'll have 2 questions for the audience. What is common to the following business books? Business books. What is common to the following business books? I'm going to read out for you the names of a few business books. I need you to tell me what is common to all of them. Bad Blood, written by John Carrier. Invisible Women, written by Caroline Criado Perez. Yes, I've had someone going for it. Who's gone for that?
2. Go ahead.
Yes.
I'll say all of these won the Pulitzer for like best non-fiction book. So on.
All of them won the Pulitzer Award.
Yeah, these are business books that won the Pulitzer in the recent past for best like non-fiction.
I'm sorry, that gets you -100. What is common to the following business books? Bad Blood, written by John Carreyrou. Invisible Women, written by Caroline Criado Perez. No Filter, written by Sarah Freer. The Rise of the Robos, written by Martin Ford. What is common to these 4 business books whose names I've read out? So there is no answer from the contestants here. I will come to you, Adrian, if there is a gentleman at the back who has not answered yet. We will give him an opportunity. Yes, sir. No, they have not. Good guess, but they have not. They have not been made into invisible. They have not been made into Netflix series. I will look forward to them, though they are. So I will have to go to Adrian this time because there is no one else in the audience with a hand raised. That is absolutely right. Please give him a big hand. They're all winners. I think Preetham was close enough, but not the Pulitzer Award. They're all winners of the Financial Times Best Business Book of the Year Award, now sponsored by McKinsey. Perhaps the most coveted award for business books across the world. Bad Blood won in 2018, Invisible Women in 2019, No Filter in 2020, and The Rise of the Robos won in 2015. So with that, we come to the end of this round. But before we show you the scores, I've got 2 quick questions for the audience, Giri, with your permission. Please put up your hands and Giri will pick out who is to answer. What is common to the following successful Indian startups? I'm going to name some startups for you. Swiggy, Big Basket, Sugar Cosmetics, Blue Jeans, and Red Bus. Swiggy, Big Basket, Sugar Cosmetics, Blue Jeans, and Red Bus. Let me go to the gentleman in the yellow t-shirt, Giri. Yes. Absolutely right. Give him a big hand. All the founders are from BITS Pilani. All these startups have been founded by alumni of BITS Pilani, and currently BITS Pilani boasts of several thousand startups by its alumni, including 13 unicorns, making it a cradle for many, many Indian entrepreneurs. Last question. The brand name Poets and Quants, Quants, has little connection with the world of literature, though Poets has, but not Poets and Quants. But it has a strong connection with the world of business. How is the brand name Poets and Quants related to the corporate world? I have the gentleman in a suit on the third row.
It's about all the best MBA colleges in the world and how to get into them. So it publishes interviews of the candidates who get into the best MBA schools in the world.
And why have they named it Poets and Quants?
Because it's like people from diverse backgrounds come into MBA schools, from literature backgrounds, quantitative backgrounds, etc. So that's why Poets and Quants, the best candidates who get into the best business schools of the world.
So he's got half the answer right, but we will give him the prize. It is the most popular provider of information on business schools across the world. 100 million people visit it every year for information on admissions, career statistics, features on MBA programs, students, faculty, and alumni. The name itself was created to reflect two very different skill sets, creativity and quantitative skills that are valued in MBA programs. That's why the name was created. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have the scores coming up for you from the corner office, and at the end of this round, with that, I'm going to hand back to Giri, and thank you very much, Giri, for permitting me to ask these questions. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bhatt. Well, friends, I think he deserves a much bigger applause just for finding the time to do this. It underlines his passion for quizzing. In fact, if I ever write a book on Tata Crucible, he will feature in a unique moment, not as the host, but he was the only contestant as runner-up of Tata Crucible to give away the prizes to the winner of a Tata Crucible. Because he contested, maybe Bombay House thought, he's going to just take part. He ended up becoming the runner-up at Bangalore, and I had to tell him, I will give you the prize, you give the prize to the winner. It's the only occasion where the chief guest has been, a runner-up of a quiz. That hasn't happened yet for us, but that's a unique slot for him. But ladies and gentlemen, one quick question. I've got a couple of audience questions, and then I'll come to our next round. First one, easy one, no prizes. What's the alma mater of Mr. Harish Bhatt? Yes? BITS Pilani. All right. It's always good when you have ambassadors like that, You get one amazing connection with BITS Pilani, but yes, in fact, we moved that as one of the audience questions because we know people know his background, and we said it would be unfair to put that for the contestant, so we made that an audience question. Okay, I've got a couple of nice ones for you, and very different prizes on this. Now, one of the world's most popular ultra marathons is actually in South Africa. What's the name of this marathon? Any of you runners at the back? The first hand, Aniruddha, I think, is that? No, sorry, yeah? Comrades Marathon. Put your hands together. If you could just stay standing so they identify you for the prize. The Comrades Run or the Comrades Marathon. Are you part of the... He's not disqualified. He actually wins a better prize. Just stand, just stand. He wins a better prize. Give him a round of applause. That's his prize. His prize is a round of applause. Well, we've got merchandise from Ultra Marathon to give away, so, well... Okay, let me quantify this to a better one. This marathon, how do I word it? This marathon happens from place X to Durban. What's the connection of place X to India? Now, this is quizzing. White shirt. Yes. Connection to India? Absolutely. Absolutely. Bullseye. Oh, Peter Maritzburg, Mahatma Gandhi's train incident. He's the prize winner. If you could just stand up so they identify who you are. You get special chroma speakers from the Ultra Marathon team. All right, let me ask you one more. The Tata Ultra Marathon, of course, is coming up on 26th of February. It's promoted by a two-word tagline in a sense, R and R. What is R and R? It's very nice, very inspiring. It's very inspiring, 3 words actually, because there's an and in between. R and R. Anybody? No? All right, turns out to be a tough one, yes? Lovely. Oh, put your hands together for him. He'll win an audience prize. Rise and Run is absolutely right. And, well, so 2 of those prizes going there on the marathon questions. I'll come to a few more as we progress with the quiz. Time for me to move to the next frontier in this game. Time for us, ladies and gentlemen, to yet again celebrate the contribution of women in the world of business. Time for us to play on Share a Shine. And to present ladies and gentlemen, to present the round on Share the Shine, like I said, a history with Tata Crucible of a different form is what this young lady brings with. From being a lecturer at her alma mater at NIT Surathkal, she used to actually accompany teams from NIT Surathkal to Tata Crucible. Ended up meeting us, joined our team, and in 10 years has grown to become the only professional woman host across Asia from this country. Ladies and gentlemen, young, talented and passionate, please welcome on stage my dear colleague, Ms. Rashmi Furtado. All yours, Rashmi. Preetham, just check your buzzer. The light was not working. It was, yeah, that's fine.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I feel truly elated here today to share this particular platform with a stellar set of quiz masters. One, of course, Mr. Harish Bhatt, and the other, Pig Brain. And what better way to do it than hosting a round dedicated to women achievers of the world. So let's move ahead with this round, Share the Shine. You know how it works, so I will not get into what exactly it is, but just keep in mind, it's all about women and women achievers of the world, okay? Scores remain the same. The first question of this round coming up now. These are windows from olden homes in Florence. And, all right, Rajesh is on the buzzer. He did not wait for me to complete the question.
Yeah. So, what I will say is that these are windows from which wine was dispensed in the olden days, and it was women who were into, into preparing wines. And this again saw a lot of prominence, a lot of traction during the COVID when there was social distancing. And these were originally, the original winemakers and beer makers were all women.
Beautiful answer by Rajeshri. Plus 100 is absolutely right. These were used in epidemics earlier, and they came back in business because they qualified the COVID-19 restrictions, and that is why the wine windows were back in business during the pandemic. Plus 100 to Rajeshri. Let us move on into the next question. Coming up, here we go. Inspired, Preetham, go ahead.
Yes, so this was happening during the Great Depression in the US. So essentially, right, people didn't have money to buy even essentials. And so these were like flour bags, rice bags, etc. They were made using material, and this was later converted to clothes by women. So they used to stitch from this to make clothes for people.
They used the cloth sacks to stitch dresses.
Yeah.
Plus 100. Beautiful answer, ladies and gentlemen. In the 30s, that is 1929 and 30s, like the Great Depression that he said, people didn't have that kind of money to go out and get new clothes. They were struggling for food. but this is what they did. The wheat mills started packaging wheat in different colorful packages so the women could get more designs and patterns because they were stitching dresses out of the sacks. Beautiful answer, plus 100 to Preetham on that. All right, let's move on to the next question. It's a connect question. One overall answer is what I require from all of you. Question coming up on your screen now. Connect all of this to a lady. Very prominent figure in her field. Extremely prominent in the field. Go ahead, Shantanu, he's on the buzzer.
It's a half chance. I'm going to say Nigella Lawson.
Could you explain it to me?
So, among being an exceptional baker, she writes books, and my biggest hint would be the capital N over there.
All right. Half chance also works, plus 100. He's absolutely right. Nigella Lawson, the way we know her today is as a baker and a great chef, but she's actually a trained journalist. She worked with The Spectator and The Sunday Times for a long time. The logo there you see, the N logo is her logo. You'll find it all over her sites and books. The last one there, the British Book Awards. She sold her books so well, it became a bestseller. She actually defeated J.K. Rowling and won the British Book Awards. So that's Nigella Lawson giving Shantanu his plus 100. And the last question, again, a connect question coming up on your screen. Here we go. I need a very specific answer, an extremely specific answer. Go ahead, Shantanu.
I'm going to go with Vivienne Westwood.
Minus 100. Minus 100 on that. An extremely specific answer is what I require. It's a national final. You would have to deduce the answer. It wouldn't be a straightforward answer. The answer actually is not that difficult. Connecting all the clues is the trick. All right, no one going on the second attempt. All right, anybody in the audience? Anyone wanting to try? For the audience, of course, even if you give me the name of the person, I will definitely give you, I'll say it's right, but for the finalists, of course, I require a very specific answer. Anyone in the audience? All right, no one going on this one. I guess this was a tough one for everybody here. All of this connects to one person, that is Princess Diana. The specific answer that I was looking for is the revenge dress by Princess Diana. If you go back and think back of the black dress that she wore, she's known for that dress. She wore that dress because she was helping the Serpentine Theatre there, raising funds. That was a Vanity Fair hosted event. And the Black Swan was the ballet to which she wore that particular dress. The right at the extreme right there, that is the lady who designed the dress. And this, of course, happened at the backdrop where Prince Charles was admitting to having an affair with Camilla. So just to ensure that she counters all of that, she changed what she was going to wear at the last moment and made a statement with the well-known revenge dress. A tough one for everyone here today, but a revenge dress would have given one of you a plus 100. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having me here today. May I please request Big Brain to take it over. Thank you.
All right. Life gets tougher with every passing question here at the Tata Crucible. We'll take a look on the Tata Play binge board on where this battle is actually heading. Here it is on your screen. Oh, on 300, we've got the young man from Pune who's in the lead. He's given some outstanding answers. The wine vending windows was a really crafty one. Tanma is on 200. Preetham is on 200. I just get a feeling a lot of this will start changing as we move into the next frontier of our battle here today. It's time to strike gold. Here it is. The rules remain the same. I've got 8 questions lined up for you in this round, and all on the buzzer with 100 for each attempt. On your screen, here is the first one coming up now. Kodak has now a series called 51300. What is the series that Kodak has created? There are various series called 21800, 51300. What is this from Kodak? On my right, Preetham's going for it. Yes, Preetham.
I'll say these are jigsaw puzzles of sorts. So you are recreating the photos that you see there using jigsaw puzzles. That's the number of pieces in the whole puzzle.
51,300 pieces.
Yeah.
In a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
Kodak lost out on the digital revolution, but realized their assets were the phenomenal photographs they had. They've created giant jigsaw puzzles for people to buy. And when I say giant, it's 29 feet by 6 feet puzzles. 51,300 pieces. Each one costs close to $1 lakh. Put your hands together for the young man. He gets himself 100. And one of the chosen puzzles among the many now, but among the few that they started with, was the Taj Mahal from India. So, good answer, 100 on my right to Preetham. As we go to the next one, on your screen, what is this flavor of the Coca-Cola variant? It's something that was revealed in 2022. What is this? They actually gave a press release which read as follows. The taste includes additional notes reminiscent of sitting around campfire, gazing at the star, as well as cooling. Tanma is giving it a shot. Go ahead.
Marshmallows.
Explain marshmallows.
Sitting along, gazing at the fire, putting marshmallows in, tasting it. Campfire, typical campfire food.
Minus 100. Shit. He didn't want it. He gets a minus. So I'll continue. It's a brand that evokes the feeling of a cold journey. It's a new partnership which takes Coca-Cola beyond its normal horizons. You can either tell me who was the partner or what is this about. Shantanu is taking the second shot. Go ahead, Shantanu.
I'll say Jack Daniels.
Just move it up.
Jack Daniels.
Explain.
Coca-Cola's normal realm is soft drink. Jack Daniels is not soft drink. So that's the collaboration I'm going with.
Minus 100. Minus 100 on that one. We got a young man in front. Yes. Sit, sit, sit. Put your hands together. And would you know who's the partner? In a co-branded world, collaboration can happen with anybody today. Who is Coke's partner? NASA. Imagine. I mean, if someone gave you 100 guesses 5 years ago, you wouldn't guess NASA for a Coca-Cola partner, but that's the modern world we are part of. He'll win himself a prize. The answer, ladies and gentlemen, it's the space edition of Coca-Cola partnering with NASA. Tough one, but it's created 2 negatives. As we go to the next one, on your screens now. This is a Harvard Business School case study. He's gone for it. Credem Banca or Credem Bank. Go ahead.
So this is a bank in Italy called the Credem Bank, or for short, and it's also known as Credito, no, I don't remember the full name, I think Credito Italiano. They basically allow you to keep these blocks of mozzarella cheese as collateral against a loan. So the farmers basically keep these, they produce the blocks of mozzarella cheese. They call it Parmigiano Reggiano in their local language. And the cheese basically takes 2 years to mature. So when you keep it in the bank against as a collateral, the bank gives you a loan. You can repay that in 2 years with interest and take back your block of cheese.
Ladies and gentlemen, outstanding! What an answer! That's a national final answer. Harvard has chronicled a case study on the Credem Bank. The bank accepts cheese as collateral and offers you a loan. The world that we live in today, superb quizzing, phenomenal answer. He's really getting quality answers coming his way here today. Well, from Pune, is he going to outthink the others? It's going to move into that phase very quickly where you're going to get into the final balls of the match, so to say. As we go into the next one, hands on the buzzer, question on your screen now. These are public toilets.
Yeah, probably went a little early. So these are public toilets used in Japan, and they had these even during the Tokyo Olympics. So basically, they are transparent on the outside, but when someone goes in and locks the door, it becomes opaque. So it gives you a sense of privacy. When it's not occupied, it's transparent, you can see inside, but if there's someone using those restrooms, they become opaque. So these are used extensively in Japan. And I think they were also...
Just keep the mic towards you, please.
I'm sorry. They are used extensively in Japan. And they've also, I think, used during the Tokyo Olympics year before last. And the funda is that these are normally transparent on the outside. You can peep in, but when you go inside, so people from outside can look in and see the level of cleanliness and hygiene. But when you go in and you lock the door, it will make the glass opaque. So that gives you a sense of privacy and safety.
This young man is going to be tough to beat. 100! From cheese to toilets, he's got everything covered here. Someone's going to really play out of the skin to get past him. He's really playing well. Japan came up with this idea essentially by... Imagine that appearing on Times Now. Big Brain saying, hey, bye. Anyway. Well, ladies and gentlemen, superb answer there. Japan did two things when they were working on the Olympics. One, for people to understand how clean and conscious of health and cleanliness Japan is. And therefore, they created transparency with toilets. I mean, that explains what a nation can do. And the second was to save time. You don't have to keep going and knocking and checking which loo is occupied and not occupied. You know from outside if it's occupied. The moment you go inside, the sensors recognize there's someone there, and immediately it turns opaque. Well, health and hygiene is so important. Our partner, of course, on health and hygiene is 1MG, who's always reminding us to be conscious about health and hygiene and wellness proactively and not reactively. I think if we all take care of ourselves proactively, come whatever pandemic, we will be all right. Well, superb answer for the moment. 100 again to him as we go to the next one. On your screens now. This is a new German law which has been mandated, or which mandates for all businesses, small businesses like restaurants, bakeries, etc., however small the transaction is, to print receipts. Now, they've been protesting against this law. How are they protesting? It's a very novel protest in Germany. How are they protesting against this law of basically being compelled to print receipts? Go ahead. Tanmay, your mic is off. Yes.
Yeah. So they've created edible bills, etc., which they paste on the top of the food so that, like the consumer, when it buys, it's their way of, small bakeries, etc., their way of saying that it's infeasible sometimes for small businesses to print bills for very small transactions. So edible bills, etc., pasted on pastries, puffs, etc. That's really...
So the bill that's actually on that donut or burger or whatever that is actually edible. And they're creating a consciousness saying we can't print pills and it'll create an environmental hazard as well. Fantastic. What a novel way to protest against the authorities, create edible bills as part of the food itself, and that gets stuck on the meal or the food that you order. 100 to Tanmay on the other side. I just get a feeling it's Pune versus Bangalore at this moment, but things can change and change very quickly. As we go into the next one from the world of fantastic product design, here we go. Why do these cups have these weird designs? He's gone for it.
This is mustache. This is mustache cups.
Mustache cups. Why?
This
I'm
is
not asking you what these cups are. Why this design?
this is why when you drink coffee or tea, like your mustache gets wet sometimes. So just to save your to make your mustache dry or something. So this is how the mustache cup is designed. So just to save your mustaches and not to spill and everything. So that's the design.
I'm giving you a very fair chance. I said, why this product design? It's called the mustache cup. There's a reason it was created in world history.
Okay, I guess maybe this was designed for some British king or something.
Minus 100. He knew it's the mustache cup. He went a little early. On my right, Preetham's now going for it. Yes, Preetham.
So I'll say earlier people used to use wax on their mustaches and
Wax?
Wax, yes, to polish and to give it like a shine and so on. And that would drip into the coffee, right? And so you were essentially, wax is not a consumable. And so this was to prevent the mustache wax from dripping into the coffee and ruining your drink.
Oh. So people would have these fancy mustaches to trim it up and so on, but you needed wax for that. And the heat of the coffee cup or the tea cup would make the wax melt. And therefore you needed a product design. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Superb quizzing. The world keeps innovating out of requirements from our habits and our behaviors. As we go to the next one, hands on the buzzer. What's happening here? He's gone for it and in a flash. Current affairs.
So
No. Shantanu is on the buzzer.
So as you can see that this is decathlon written in reverse. So what they
Go on.
They came up with a scheme whereby people who had bought stuff, they can come back and return their stuff or change their stuff or buy stuff back from them. So people go to a store like Decathlon and buy stuff. This was a scheme where they can come back and return their stuff because they're coming back to return. So it's the other way around, and that is why Decathlon has been done another way around over there.
Oh, you go and buy stuff from Decathlon, it reads Decathlon. You go to sell stuff and Decathlon buys it back from you, the board is reversed. Put your hands together. Well, innovative ideas in the modern world, they've come prepared. It's called reverse selling. In fact, they're now extending it to sports good, which is beyond what is bought at Decathlon. You can actually go and sell decent sports good that you have left. So they're trying to bring that in. They refurbish it and sell it in smaller markets at a differential price. So that's the good intent behind it. As we go to the last one in this category, hands on the buzzer, and then we'll take a look at the scores on the Tata Play binge board. For now, the final question in this frontier on your screen now. Called Shantanu.
So what you see over here is a sperm whale, and sperm...
Just move the mic towards you, Shantanu. You're a little soft. Yeah.
So what you see over there is a sperm whale, and what you see on the left is actually the waste product that comes out from that, and that's one of the most precious commodities available anytime. So this is usually sold at a very, very high price, the waste that comes from a whale, particularly a sperm whale.
So what's it used for?
I think one of its main uses is Chinese medicine, but it has a large number of uses, but one of the many uses that it has is it's used in Chinese medicine, Chinese traditional herbal medicine.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shantanu with some remarkable answers now. Well, it seems to be moving from one to another. That is, of course, the sperm whale, and they basically produce one of them, of course, is Chinese medicine. That actually is more to do with the surface of the sperm whale. But these are sort of solid substances that they throw out, and they're called floating gold because of their price. He's absolutely right on that. Today, they're actually becoming a very expensive ingredient to buy for perfumes in the world because they got an extremely unique smell. Phenomenal answer, 100 to him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the battle's far from over. We've got one round to go. Let's take a look at where this battle stands at this moment on the Tata Play binge board. Here it is. Oh, you got a really, really tight battle. We've got Rajshri from Pune on 500. Chasing him is the young campus champion, Preetham from Barclays. He's on 400. Preetham on 200 can easily get two more. Shantanu is back to 100. He's played well to get back to that score. The game is far from over, but ladies and gentlemen, remember, at a Tata Crucible National Final, it's a winner takes it all. Everyone else finishes runner-up. So it's one champion who will emerge as we move to the final frontier of this edition of Tata Crucible. Time to celebrate India. Here it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the value remains the same in the final frontier as we here at Tata Crucible have been over the last year celebrating 75 years of Indian independence. In the way we know it best, through our questions, through saluting great pioneers, creators of brands, products, companies, industries, which shaped the economic side of India. From pre-independence to the 75 years, to laying the foundations for perhaps the next 75 and beyond. We salute them through our questions. The final frontier, hands on the buzzer, 6 final questions, starting with the first one. Hands on the buzzer, question appearing on your screen, overall answer is what matters. Listen to what appears along with the visuals. Here we go. जुड़े हैं धरती से हमेशा जुड़ेंगे हम नींव में देश की देखो हम इस बात भरे Tanmay is giving it a shot.
I'll say this is the stuff around the new bullet train and the Indian Railways modernization. There's Elecon from Gujarat, there's Kirloskar, Tata, L&T. All of them are partners in various ways towards the Mumbai, Gujarat high-speed link, etc. And I think that's the promotional video of the song.
He needed 100. He gets a minus 100. He took a chance, brave heart. Naveen's giving it a shot. He's got to battle out. Yes?
I'm just guessing these companies have they won the Deming Prize?
The?
Deming Prize is my answer.
The Deming Prize. Oh, all winners of the Deming Prize. Minus 100 again. It's that moment when people want to surge ahead but don't. Go ahead. No, nothing to do with the Vande Bharat Express. Yes? INS Vikrant, explain. That one line wins you an audience prize. Absolutely. There is a Tata everywhere in this country. You're absolutely right. But on a serious note, the answer is INS Vikrant. Put your hands together for him. Lovely. Commissioned in September 2022. SAIL provided the steel. The Tatas provided them with the entire combat management system, which came from the SED unit of Tata Power. And the overall answer is what the teams did not get, or the contestants did not get, INS Vikrant. As we go to the next one, hands on the buzzer, tough moments in this quiz on your screen now. Spencer's, at a point in time in India, had a very special offering called RMC. You will still find it at many places. What was RMC? Because Spencer's had the rights to something.
Say this is a special kind of flavoring in a meat chutney, etc. And Spencer's used to make that and sell it from their bakeries, from their hotels, etc. Like special seasoning chutneys, etc. I think it was like the Madras chutney or something like that, perhaps.
Madras chutney.
It's basically a kind of a sauce, very almost for Indian cooking, seasoning.
Sometimes when you force yourself to score the points, it does start playing out against you. Minus 100, Tanmay. Someone else has gone for it. This time it's a crucial shot because Preetham needs to score.
I'll say this is the railway mutton curry. So
railway
mutton curry. So there
You're
were
a Tata Crucible.
yeah.
Continue. Railway mutton curry. Go on.
So essentially, I mean, these were curries that were made near railway stations by various like British Indians who used to live there, and maybe Spencer's had the rights to
Rights to?
the the recipe and so on, and they were around, so they could create the curry and
So
like
your
the recipe.
answer is railway mutton curry. Ladies and gentlemen, 100. Yes! 100! Look at that answer. Look at the joy. Look at the anger. Oh, phenomenal quizzing. Preetham is back in this game. What an outstanding answer. Ladies and gentlemen, in the early years of the Indian Railways, the catering rights to our railways belonged to Spencer's. The English officers accidentally walked into the pantry car. They could not deal with the spicy mutton curry. A special one was created with lesser, perhaps, spice to suit the British palate. And these were served on trains. Spencer's lost the rights to it. However, the railway mutton curry is still served in many restaurants, especially in South India and Eastern India. Ladies and gentlemen, a dish from a cuisine that came from history and railways in India, the railway mutton curry at a Tata Crucible National Final. Put your hands together for him. You need courage to come up with such answers. 100 to him. We've got 4 questions remaining in this battle. As we go to the next one, hands on the buzzer. Question on your screen. Overall answer matters. Here it is. I'll give you a clue. Oh, he's gone for it.
I'm guessing this is a Tin Plate Company of India.
Tin Plate Company of India. Logic?
They have like all this, the tins were manufactured from this company, Tin Plate Company of India, which is part of Tata Steel.
Oh, all these products have a tin version, and the tin of these products is made by Tin Plate, the Tata company.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic! From the Coke bottle with the, tin open, the Cadbury's tin, to now on the airlines, the 4,700 BC popcorn. I forcibly eat them as meals sometimes. To, the cherry blossom dabba. All of them has a touch of Tin Plate India. Lovely answer. He'll get himself 100 on that. It's interesting where we pick our questions. This question, the source is actually the MD and CEO of Tin Plate, who sat next to me on a flight and we were chatting. He happily was mentioning, and I was saying, good question, and I was noting. So, questions come from all over. As we go to the next one, overall answer matters. On your screen, listen to this. Here it is. Go ahead.
Ingersoll produced the pocket watch that Mahatma Gandhi used to have. Probably. This is my answer.
Give a little more than that.
This is all what I know. Mahatma Gandhi had that Ingersoll watch, and I can see both.
You know what they were called? There's a photograph there.
Pocket watch. I cannot recall exactly what.
Well, pocket watch was the easy reference, but I'll give it to you, plus 100 to him on that. It became famous with Gandhi using it. I played you actually a rag, which is by Balamurali Krishna, which they said Ingersoll paid him for. He denied it. It was called the turnip watch, a watch which was designed aligned with nature on the shape of a turnip. And it's actually the sliced turnip. You see the converse with the watch, and you see the main obverse, as you would call it, on the turnip. Ingersoll created it. It was a watch which later became known as the Gandhi watch, but extremely well played for 100 on that. 2 questions remaining. Can we take a look at the scores? Can we? Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, can we have a thunderous applause A young challenger on my left who's not won a Tata Crucible yet. A young challenger on my right who's currently a campus champion, greedy to win 2 titles in the same year. Well, he's fought hard, he's given some outstanding answers. He will buy himself railway mutton curry if he wins this quiz. I don't know if he's a vegetarian, though. You're a vegetarian? All right. Well, we'll buy something together which looks like RMC. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one final question.
2, right?
Sorry, 2 final questions. All right. Penultimate one. On your screens, I just get a feeling it's going to be between these 2 guys. Let's see how it goes. On your screen, penultimate question. Here it is. Oh, Naveen's gone for it. He's blocked the 2 of them on that.
This is J.J. Irani.
Sir, J.J. Irani.
Yeah.
Explain.
He's the alumni of University of Sheffield. Change Agent is a book on him, and he's one of the co-founders of Zoroastrian Club that is based in Secunderabad, where I come from. And I'm not sure about Royal Academy of Engineering.
All of this leads you to Dr.
Yeah.
J.J. Irani.
Yes.
Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Outstanding. A tribute to what the world called the man of steel. Unfortunately, he passed as we were researching for this quiz. But we at Tata Crucible have great memories with him attending a Tata Crucible. In fact, I have a small anecdote, if I could share that with you. He was the designated chief guest for a campus Crucible final. I think it was at President or Taj Mahal Palace. I'm not sure, maybe Palace. And it turned out that Dr. Edward De Bono was in town, and we were doing some work with him. And he was very keen to watch a quiz, especially to see the lateral connect rounds. And I was casually mentioning to someone at the Tatas that he's here, and they said, why don't we ask him to join in? So we called him in, and Dr. De Bono agreed to attend the final. Now we had a problem with De Bono attending. We would want him to give away the prize. So the onus fell on me to speak to Dr. Irani, and I told him, sir, Dr. De Bono is also coming in, so we'd like both of you to be there. He's so gracious. He said, no, Giri, don't worry. I'm going to watch many Tata Crucibles. We don't know how many Mr. De Bono would be in India to watch. I will sit in the audience. He should be our guest. I am the host tomorrow. Such grace. We, however, had both of them, and I think people who've crossed Campus Crucible will have those photographs. It would have been a memorable moment for the team to win with Dokai on one side and Edward De Bono on the other, and to hold that trophy. Chilling moments at a Tata Crucible that we've had, but truly, truly a wonderful gentleman. The final question will still be the battle between Pune and Chennai. Barclays versus Fujitsu. The one final question on your screens. Careful till I ask you the question. Here it is. The Tata Adventure Foundation architected...
This is Tata Steel Adventure Fund 50 at 50 plus. So they actually take women above 50 years for a trek to Himalayas. So this is especially for people above age of 50. So this is an initiative by Tata Steel Adventure Fund. This is a trek to Himalayas for especially women above the age of 50 plus.
Women above the age of 50?
Yes.
And how long did they walk on the Himalayas?
I'm not sure about that.
You have no idea?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, 11 women from India, led by none less than Bachendri Pal, the lady who scaled Mount Everest first, walked 4,800 plus kilometers from the eastern mountain tip of India to Dras on the other side of this country to celebrate and salute 75 years of Indian independence. All aged above 50. The youngest in that team was 52. The oldest was 69. The message was, age is nothing and has nothing to do with fitness. We at Tata Crucible salute these 11 women and with great pride share that one among the 11 in that photograph the third or the fourth on the right of the Honorable President, the second lady on the right of our President, your right that is, your left that is Ms. Shamala Padmanabhan, the creator of Tata Crucible in many ways. When she was with the Tata, she played a pivotal role in shaping the early days of Tata Crucible. We really acknowledge the phenomenal contribution she made, and post her retirement from the Tatas, she's an avid mountaineer, trekker, and Bachandri Pal is someone who passionately also follows all these quizzes. When we are in Jamshedpur, she unfailingly comes and attends our program, quietly as she will in the last row, and just watch and go away. Ladies and gentlemen, simple, humble people giving a message for the great future of this wonderful nation. Let's all salute them with an applause. Well, he gets the 100 that he wanted just to redeem himself. We'll take a look at the final scorecard there. You know it, you go for it. That's the law in quizzing. So on your screen, this is the final tally. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we finish with 3 of them on 100. Tanmay trying to surge his way. The score does not reflect the quality of the answers he gave. I think things like Dettol were outstanding and supremely quick coming from his table. But ladies and gentlemen, a young champion versus a young challenger. One amazing final where both end up on the same score of 500. We'll move to the first tiebreaker question just between the two of you. Move your mic towards you. Tiebreaker question number 1, appearing on your screen. You get it wrong, the other person wins. All right? I'll do that. If you get it wrong, the other person automatically wins. So it's a plus minus. On to the first question on your screen. You can choose not to answer, but if both of you don't answer, then the next question. My flight is tomorrow morning and I have enough questions. Just in case. Question 1 on your screen now. We all know offshoring and onshoring. What is friendshoring? It's a very important modern trend, taken very seriously. What in the modern world is friendshoring? Tiebreaker question, national final. Give me my due on the research. So think it through. So don't say Facebook and stuff like that and all that. Yeah? Tough one. None trying? Anybody in the audience? Yes. Gentlemen there. All right, if you were on stage, I would have been a little more tough on you, but he's one of the first Tata Crucible finalists. Look at the passion. 19 years and they continue to come here to watch a Crucible. Put your hands together for him. Fantastic. Just to be clear, the prize is more for your passion than the answer. Okay? But he's not way off track. Friendshoring today is a concept of countries keeping their assets in what will be classified as friend countries. You do not know in this modern world who's going to get attacked by whom. Classic case being Russia, Ukraine, where you know where to distribute your assets, so you create a friends list and then you shore your assets on friends list, which in modern policy making is going to be titled friendshoring. Tough first one. In the context of a modern world that we're getting into, from offshoring, onshoring, friendshoring. Next question on your screen now. Something was so popular in Japan that a 1985 strategy guide turned out to be the best-selling book in that country for that year. Oh, so sorry. I'm so sorry. The answer ended up appearing there. I'm extremely sorry. Super Mario is the answer. So, sorry about that. All right, let's go into the next one. On your screen, here's the next one. Let's skip that. This has no answer on it. And he's gone for it.
Yes.
Ind Lovu. It's a gin.
Yeah. This is a brand of gin which basically collects the elephant dung, the elephant poop, and basically...
Elephant what?
Elephant dung, the poop by the elephants, and basically filters that, and basically that gives a distinct flavor to the gin. So depending on the diet of the elephant, whatever they eat, it through the passage of the all those herbs and botanicals through the digestive tract, it gives a different flavor. Very unique flavor, just like Kopi Luwak. So this is basically collecting the elephant poop, filtering it through the process, and distilling it into the gin. So this is a new product in India which uses which mentions elephant foraged botanicals.
Man, he should start writing scripts for Bollywood movies. Ladies and gentlemen, elephant poop ingredient for gin. Ladies and gentlemen, our new national champion, Tata Crucible, will have a new national champion. Just a quick clarification. Who did all those kisses go out to, young man? Who did all those kisses go out to? All right. Can we have her introduction?
She's my wife, Polly.
You're forgiven. All right. I was just curious. We've actually had people who found their life partners at Tata. I think Tanmay. Tanmay found his life. Yeah. He found his life partner at a Tata Crucible and he's happily married. And he did not answer Shell today. I will remember that. His wife works at Shell. And he didn't answer Shell today, so he'll get shelled tomorrow. That's all right. But ladies and gentlemen, that's a proud moment. He's someone who's really persevered. He's been in the wings of this quiz. This year, he's been in outstanding form. Is it extended work from home that has helped? Yes. Yeah? We all know how work from home works. You do well at Tata Crucible. Well, that's nice. You spend more time on Tata Crucible than the work part at home, so that's good. But ladies and gentlemen, before I come to Rajshri for the championship that he's won, and it throws up yet another person who wins this championship, my heart goes out, and I think a deserved applause should go out to a very young challenger. He's been remarkable over the last couple of years. He's extremely passionate, gifted as a quizzer, comes really, really well prepared, takes his quizzing very seriously. Almost some of these people play it like a professional sport. And I think, without a doubt, I would probably comment that many a Tata Crucible title await this young man. With all my experience, I would make that humble submission. A remarkable quizzer. Not his day today, but he really fought valiantly. And I think everybody here watching this on the internet as well will certainly remember RMC for a very long time. Well, and if you're in the concrete business, you've got a completely new definition for RMC. Fantastic answer. He really went out of the box on that one. But ladies and gentlemen, before I bring on our guest of honor, I think we owe a thunderous applause to the new champion of Tata Crucible for corporates from Fujitsu, Pune, Rajshri. I can see the emotion there. It's a long wait, but he's done that and done that remarkably this year. It's the sheer quality of his answers that took him beyond the others. Fantastic. But ladies and gentlemen, with us here today is a young leader from the Tata fraternity. And as India gets increasingly younger, it's about leadership that falls on young shoulders and for you to be capable when that moment arises. Here is one such individual. A trained lawyer by profession, he is an alumnus of the National University of Juridical Sciences, the NUJS from Kolkata, a good quizzing institute, and they take part at Crucible passionately in that region. He then joined the Tata Group as a legal trainee, grew in the ranks of the company, over the last 2 decades has served in various capacities and currently serves as the General Counsel of Tata Sons, reporting to the Group Chairman N. Chandrasekharan. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our pleasure and privilege to have with us a person who's also a passionate writer, speaker, loves his classical music. His eyes lit up when Rag Mohan Gandhi was playing in the background, and he's an accomplished tabla player. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor at the Tata Crucible this year, Mr. Siddharth Sharma. We could welcome you on stage, sir. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate the time that you took out to be with us. Your reaction to all of this.
Thank you, Giri, for that wonderful introduction. I don't know if I deserve much of that. When Mr. Bhatt and Adrian, they asked me to join today's function, I was feeling a bit diffident. I thought, I've never been a quizzer. I mean, the closest experience I have is from courts when you'll get quizzed by the judges. And you know, those who ask questions will not be as pleasant. But if I were to really comment basis what I have seen in the last 1 hour watching these finals, what this event represents, I think this event represents 3 elements of any journey towards excellence, and that is curiosity to know more about what you're doing, and also things that don't concern you in your everyday professional life. I'm sure many of these questions that you've answered, the finalists have answered today, they need not know those answers. They can get on with their daily life without having this knowledge. So curiosity leading to the desire to get the knowledge. And what I see, and it applies to the field of music also, knowledge has to translate into creativity. I saw many of the answers were not straightforward. I saw answers were a very, very calculated guess. You put 2 and 2 together to get your answer. It's also extraordinary because in today's day of unprecedented, I would say, access to information, when we have everything on WhatsApp, we think we can Google everything. I think the quizzers, what they have shown us today, that it's not that easy. Questions about Dr. Irani or Tata Tin Plate, I thought you can't Google and get an answer. So it's really applying your knowledge to answer this question. So it was really fascinating. And if I may add the 4th element of excellence, or perhaps which must come when you excel, is humility. This event also tells you that how much you don't know, and that should make us humble all the time. So that is what I take from today's event, and thank you very much for having me here today. My congratulations to the champion and to all of you. And I am told that about 10,000 participants registered, and I think that's a great number, and that is what makes this event a great event. My congratulations to you, Giri, for conducting it so well, Mr. Bhatt, and the entire Tata Sons brands team. Mr. Bhatt is a senior colleague and my neighbor in office. And it's always a pleasure to work with him and with his team. So I'm very, very grateful for being here, and thank you for having me. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I'll help you with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, the moment has arrived. It is indeed my pleasure and privilege to welcome the new champion of Tata Crucible 2022-23 for the corporate edition from Pune's Fujitsu, Rajashri. Put your hands together for him. As that trophy comes up, you want the trophy first or the money first? The trophy. That's something everyone waits for. Ladies and gentlemen, the championship trophy. One sec, just one sec. He deserves a much better applause. The check. This is for you, ma'am. Oh, there you are. That's a screen that he would want to remember for a long time. Well, that's a proud moment for him. We'll give you the photograph of that. The champion on the screen. Excellent. Can I request Mr. Butt to also please join? These are finalists who always request their photographs with you. If you could please join us. Surely. Rashmi, you as well, please. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Adrian. He and his team have been the ones behind the entire quiz. He'll win an audience prize today for most attempts to win an audience prize. That's a special audience prize he will win. He certainly tried hard to get Mr. Butt's attention to win a prize. You guys move in, please. He had the printout. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, a big moment for a young champion. As new champions rise every year. Yes, you can. We'll give you something the bank accepts later. Jaya sir wants you on stage as well. Sure. He is politically right, his wife. He's not just a good quizzer. That moment is called Subkoon Maaf. Yeah, that's what it's called. Now, these are special moments. Put your hands together for him. Very nice. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot, sir. We'll just request you to stay back for a moment. Can I request all the 12 finalists, Rashmi, please stay for a moment. Can I request all the 12 finalists, unless someone's gone to catch the flight, to just walk up? We can have a photograph with the chief guest and Mr. Butt. All the finalists from the semi-final, please come back on stage. Can we have a round of applause for them? Come, guys. Sure. All right, is that possible? Or should a couple of us kneel down? That's okay? All right, well done to all the 12. Friends, it's never easy to be in the nation's top 12. I think they deserve a huge applause. Can I also request, we'll thank Mr. Butt. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us here today. And ladies and gentlemen, can we hear it for our guest of honor, Mr. Siddharth Sharma. Thank you so much for being our guest and those lovely finalists. Guys, top 6, please stay on stage. I may have retakes. Hello? Come back. Shooting is not over. I'm just getting done with the rituals. Paisa nahi mila, sab chale gaye. Aa jao wapas. Well, all right. Can I request the Curious Minds contributors? Are you here? Can we do that after the retakes, the Curious Minds, or should we finish it later? We can do that, okay. And the Be the Quizard contest. I think we've got a couple of them who won the Be the Quizard contest. Just stay back. We need photographs from you for the social media. but I'll just finish with TV links in a moment. Are we clear on the chief guest's bite and Mr. Butt?